Hello, how's it going? Gypsy and Danny say hello. Hey guys, how are y'all today? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys are doing well. Sorry, I haven't been streaming lately. Had a lot going on, and then I had a whole situation with the web camera, and that got fixed, and got a whole new setup there. So the perspective may look a little different. I think it's going to look a little closer up, perhaps. Um, but ultimately, I think it's better. I think it'll work good. Danny says, "I'm okay." Yeah, I'm okay. Doing all right. Gonna play a little Wizardry. Cat says hello. All right, we got a full crew in tonight. Hey, Sato, good to see you. Just telling them some changes here with the camera setup and other technical issues kind of kept me out. I think I streamed 1 or 2 days last week. That was it. But I appreciate y'all stopping by. It's always good. So let's get this up and going here. We'll pick right up where we left off in the city of Nyctalinth. Almost done with that area, if I'm not mistaken. Almost done. Let's see if my game will load properly tonight without any issues. Looks like it. All right. Since I haven't been streaming, I'm doing a lot of behind the scenes work, so Sato Cat said, "Oh, just got home from academy. Oh, that's fantastic. You're going to learn all of the stuff that we're supposed to do but won't really ever do. That's great. That's great." Yes, Sato Cat is a boss lady now. Big boss. All right, so yeah, right where we left off, and I think last time I checked, we had about 7 doors we've not been in. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 doors, and then this little area of the throne chamber here. Yeah, I know all about that. All right, so let's see. Let me click in the game here. And where are we going to start? What was over here? Livestock breeding ground. That sounds interesting. A large reinforced steel door has been installed to prevent any accidental intrusion by unauthorized personnel. Mounted to the latch of the door is a thick metal block in which a finger hole has been bored. So I think we used all of those finger keys that we had. I don't see any more in my inventory. Oh, nope, there is one. So Sato has it. So let's see if Sato's finger rod will open this door. Oops. I thought there was one more. Let's see. I think I said that the last time we streamed. Yes, you push the transparent rod into the latch hole. Alright, before we go into this room, let us do a little rest. Said I was talking about that big promotion. Oh man. Right out of the gate. But it's nothing but some beetles and a rook. I think we're good. We'll try to burn through this encounter real quick. A hog beetle. I wish I knew somebody worthy of that insult. Just want to call you hog beetle. 4 hog beetles, but everybody's awake now, so we should get through this fairly quickly at this point. Boy, these guys are a little tough, actually. A little tougher than I thought. There we go. Alright, let's try that rest one more time. That should be good enough. We'll do a little manual healing here. And we'll get these spells up. And let's see what's in the livestock breeding ground. Stepping into the area, you know immediately this building was not intended as a habitat for holding animals, as traces of faded and cracking paint covering the wall suggest some kind of artistic decoration that is not customary for slaughterhouses. Apparently the Terang have little appreciation for such things, if indeed have any capacity at all to even recognize the concept of such things as beauty or art. For them, a building is a place to put things and nothing more. As for this former church, once created to offer amelioration, now it is a battlefield of bloody stains, prison, and inevitable abattoir. Stepping into the small cathedral, you're attacked by swarms of jittery bugs. Got a total of 16 here. Let's see what we can manage to do in one round. Alright, so I made a little headway there. Not as much as I would have liked, though. This time, let's try to put this group to sleep. And, man, I hate to burn all those spells already. We're not going to do that. We're just not going to do that. We're going to breathe on these guys. And this time, Danny's going to do a magic missile. because I feel like every room in this building will have some sort of encounter. There we go. It occurs to you that some Terang is probably going to have to explain to his superiors how the food supply suddenly died. They are probably not going to be too pleased about it either. Okay. The small alcove is empty, though a faint image is still visible upon the wall in front of you. It depicts a group of rather short, squattish men kneeling before a bright radiance in the sky, in which a giant figure seems to be handing them some kind of sacred scroll. From out of the wall, a strange, familiar apparition appears. This is interesting. Follow me. So we're going to go forward. Oh, yep, it was a false wall. Stepping through the wall, you are not sure whether it was the stone that momentarily turned evanescent, or whether it was yourselves. However, the slight tingling sensation that you felt as you passed through has now receded, and the walls are once again quite solid to the touch. Oh wow, this was not what I was expecting in this building. The yard is damp and gloomy, having a distinct aroma about it. It is then that you realize just what this weed-ridden garden really is, and what all the engraved slabs sticking up from the soddy ground represent. So we're in a graveyard. Let's explore. A couple of hog beetles. They seem pretty susceptible to sleep, so we will do that. Alright, let's see what's out here. In Ruthus? Okay. I wonder if that's an anagram or if it's actually another language. Let's search. Nothing. So I'll keep a close eye on the detect magic symbol up there. Because it was a spirit that beckoned us here, right? These sound like monk names, like the race of monk that we've encountered. None of them seem familiar. The ground is somewhat soggy here, and the entire area seems to be sagging into the earth. Nothing. We'll walk the perimeter of these mausoleums here. Let's see. These birds here are not too bad. But these vampire rooks seem to be the toughest I've found so far. Alright, so let's check out these buildings. Inside the small crypt, upon an altar of stone, rests an ornate staff sequined. Suddenly, you hear a screaming cry. Charging through the wall at a rampage, a mad, laughing ghost bellows a ghastly cackle as he grabs the jeweled rod on the altar, disappearing out the other side. Nothing around the back. Let's try this one. Inside the small crypt, upon an altar of stone, rests an ornate staff, sequined with a glimmering jewel. Charging through the wall at a rampage, a mad, laughing ghost bellows a ghastly cackle as he grabs the jeweled rod on the altar, disappearing out the other side. So I wonder if there's a way to stop them from escaping. Let's continue to explore. Spanning between the two pillars, an energy field pulsates with a low, crackling hum. Feeling a bit like warm steel, it serves as a barrier, blocking any passage beyond it. Interesting. This place just got really cool. One blackbird. Alright, so let's see what's in here. A treasure chest. And a ghost. Alright, that was pretty easy. Let's see what this chest is all about. Could be a magic spark, could be a spectral ray. Let's go for the worst. Seems to be what it is. Within the chest you find a long-stemmed spade-like polearm, an old set of oily leather gloves, and a small bottle of spirits. Interesting. Oh, come on, guys. I am full up, huh? Alright. Alright, let's see what we can burn through here. Now let's pick this up. And let's identify some of the stuff. The gloves. Okay, so just some regular gauntlets. Fighter, Valkyrie, Lord, or Samurai. It's what he's already wearing. Alright. So we do not need those. Let's see what the potion is. Bottle of Old Jake's. So this sounds important. And then who had the other item? Interesting. Okay. So do we leave, you know, do we leave something on the grave? Where was the ground soft? Somewhere the ground was soft. Maybe we can dig there with the spade. Ground is soggy here. Let's try that. No. Okay. Oops, I do not want to rest, I want to search. Alright, so let's try a few things. He moves from room to room is what's happening here. So let's see what we can do to trap him. Alright, nothing. What else do we have? nothing stands out. So let me just try using random items and just see if it has any effect here. Like I said, nothing is like just jumping right out at me as having a usage here. Oh, soft soil. Let's maybe plant a tree there. Maybe, I don't know. Didn't we find the soil in the monk's area? Again, this is a shot in the dark. Yeah, no, nothing. Definitely something to do here. That's somewhere we can turn that off. Let's continue to explore the town. Maybe the answer... Uh-oh, are we stuck here? Okay, so we'll have to solve this puzzle. Maybe we can dig a grave? That's eerie. Who had the... Digging up the grave, you unearth an old rotted coffin containing naught but rotted flesh and bone. Okay, so we're going to be digging graves. Digging up the grave, and the mushy ground beneath you collapses. Uh-oh. You land with a hard thud, tumbling along the ground. Alright. Shaking the dizziness from your head, you stand up to find yourself in a large cavern. The atmosphere seems breathable, though dry and a bit stale. Peering up towards the surface, you spot the place from whence you fell, about 30 feet above your head, a hole of light in the darkness of the cavern sky. Alright, so let's save. Let's save into a big rest. Actually, stop. Before we do that. Do one of these. Alright, so let's start burning through some of this stuff. Well, that's not curing anything. We're carrying all this stuff, we might as well use it. Make room. The potions aren't doing any good just sitting in the inventory. Okay. Should be good enough. Let's get some spells up here. Let's see where we are. Let's go back a couple spots. cave slimes. Let's see how hard these are. Not too bad. All right, one step. Oh wow, that was super easy. All right. Are you kidding me? What in the world? That's 3 back to back. 2 cave Thraxus. I've not seen it back to back encounters like that. Let's see. Let's see if we can just melee our way through this encounter. Maybe we'll get lucky with some criticals. There we go. Here we are. Alright. I was gonna say, was there another encounter? Alright, some more bugs here. Let's put these guys to sleep. And let's cook these guys a little bit. Alright, so nothing on this end of the cavern. Let's proceed into this section. Let's go this way. Cavern system's bigger than I thought. Stepping into the area, your foot suddenly plunges into a soft spot of the ground, releasing an ochre green gas. Oh no. Who was poisoned? Seto. I believe we've got a cure for that. Somebody does. If I don't have a potion, I've got a spell. But I'd rather use the potion first. I could be wrong. I might not have a potion. Yeah, there it is. Alright. Traps everywhere. Gas pocket. Great. Another one. This will get interesting real quick. Do I not have a... Yeah, I was going to say, there we go. Luckily, nobody got poisoned this time. Let's start saving. Oh man, this is way bigger than I anticipated. What's that? In the cavern ahead of you are piles of large, gooey balls which fill the area completely. The odor coming from the balls is quite obnoxious, and the goo that binds them together a sticky, putrid molasses. So, I said once before that I thought there was eggs for the terrain, and I believe we found them. Trying to navigate the volume of strange, sticky ponds, you become hopelessly covered in their thick goo. Finally, you turn your back, realizing there is no way to get through without becoming so immersed with the miry balls that they would suck you in to linger a slow, suffocating death. It makes you think that perhaps this is a natural ability by which the oddballs obtain nourishment, presuming, of course, that they are alive in some fashion. Okay. So I believe in another playthrough I did of the game years ago, when I sided with the Umpani, that they actually send you in here with like a flamethrower or something to detonate all of this. Pretty sure that's what happened. See if we can wrest the paralyzation away. There we go. I don't believe that I have any items that could be used to ignite these at this time. Let's try something. I don't think this will work, but nope, sure didn't. Okay. All right, so we will avoid that area for now. This thing's kind of tough. There we go. Okay, dead end here. Ahead in the cavern lies a clutter of rags and bones, the remains of some ill-fated band of travelers. As you start to wonder whether anything of value might be found amongst the departed, a movement appears in the shadows. Crust Thrax and a Cave Thrax. Okay, so we're going to do this. We'll focus the melee on the Crust, which sounds like a tougher one. We'll try to put him to sleep, and then Sato and Danny will take this Cave Thrax. Unaffected by the energy blast. Unaffected by all magic. Interesting. Well, this guy's tough. Oh, and Claire is in bad shape. Alright. So let's keep focusing on this guy. Lulu, what does Lulu have? What can we do here? Not a lot. So Sato will go ahead and pop a heal wounds on Claire. Danny's going to add to the physical combat. This guy's got to go down here in a minute. There we go. This one won't be as bad. Lulu's out of arrows, I notice. There we go. Let's see what we can find among these corpses here. Standing closer, the bones of the adventurers appear quite ancient. Searching through the remains of the dead party, you find some old and interesting items. Darts, a sword, armor. Nice. What do we have here? Oh wow, a stone. The armor looks really interesting. Come on. Alright, let's do some inventory management. Okay. I hate to just burn these things, but let's create a spot. And let's start. Let's do this. Oops. Let's pick that up and give that to Sano, because the rock out of everything looks the most interesting to me. Stone of New Life. Ooh. Okay. Is it a resurrection stone? Interesting. Let's see what the sword is. Hopefully it's something magical that is better than what Trevi has now. Broadsword +1. That's exactly what that is. Better than what he has now. We'll take that. Let's check out this armor. Oops. Darn it. I wasted that. I hit the wrong item. Plate mail +2. That is also better than what Trevi's wearing now. With his flak jacket. Because this is AC -12. And that flak jacket was AC -9. And what's up with this cloak? Who had the cloak? Can't identify it with that low of a spell. So let's save. Save, and let's rest up. Let's see if we can get back to it. Midnight Cloak. So who needs a cloak? Can be worn by a thief, a bard, or a ninja. Okay. Well, I have just the person in mind. Why can we not wear it? Please. There we go. These darts. Let's see what's up with the darts. Probably can't identify them with a level 2 either. Feather darts. Nothing special there. Still. And that was everything, right? I think so. Oh yeah, the armor on the ground. So let's clean up a few other things. Let's just get rid of these bread rolls here. Just burn through a few more spaces. some more of this up. Alright, so now we're down to the junk. Alright, let's do a little rest up, and we'll see what these two armor pieces were. All right. Yeah, nothing. All right. So I feel like that was the purpose of this whole dead end here. Let's get our spells back up. We find the exit here. That was actually a pretty good haul. +1s. Always good stuff. And Trevi was really suffering. Ever since we started this game, he's been walking around in this armor that doesn't belong to him. But I never found anything at the shop in New City that really seemed to be a better fit. Is this the exit? So also got this passage we didn't check out either. I'm just not keen to go back through the gas pocket area. Giant insect. We don't know if this is the easy one or the hard one. Easy one. Alright, so another dead end. So I guess that answers the question. This is the path to follow next. Rock lizard. We'll try to put him to sleep. We'll give him a nice chilling touch. There we go. All right, another dead end. Stepping into the area, your foot plunges into a soft spot in the ground. Okay, so more gas pockets here. And a lot more people poisoned. It's a very low level poison, thankfully. I'm going to try a level 1 just so I know. Nope, didn't work, but a level 2 will work. Alright. I gotta watch out, there'll be more. Like that one. Lulu's poison. Let's save. Something's up that way. I can have a feeling. Oops, back up. Okay, full dead end. Let's see what's up here. Golly, this is a big cave system. Oh wow, what a big encounter. Let's see. I was hoping to get out of this cave before I have to stop tonight, but that may not be in the cards. I've got something demanding my attention. I may have to leave shortly after this fight. But surely we're almost done with this cave. Hold space. I guess you're talking about the clicking. Speeds through that quicker. You know, you're absolutely correct. It does. But what I'm fighting up against here is years of muscle memory. And bad habits. but let's try it. Actually, for whatever reason, holding space doesn't seem to... Well, neither does clicking, honestly. So Sato's got to watch out. Close to being low stamina. Or out of stamina, I should say. Or is it escape? One of the keys. Space feels right. I would think it would be space. Let's try it. Yeah, it's escape. That is much faster. Perhaps I never knew about this. I'm not sure. The first time I played this game was on an old 386 computer. And I was maybe 13 years old and was always afraid to hit buttons. that didn't explicitly have a function in the game per se. Actually, that seems to have sped up the DOS box is what that's done. Because that music seemed at a greater pace. Not sure, we'll see. You were born in 1990, so you were a year old when this game came out. I remember buying this brand new at Babbage's back 91, 92 maybe. Somewhere around there. You look my age. No, I'm not. I've got quite a few years on you, actually. I was born quite a ways before that. More familiar with the Wizardry Gold version. So the only reason I don't play Wizardry Gold is because, believe it or not, it performs way worse under modern Windows than the DOS version does through an emulator. The last time I tried to run Wizardry Gold was maybe in Windows 8, maybe 10, I don't recall. And I've never cared for that version of the game, to be honest, for a variety of reasons. I don't like the way it looks. I don't care for the loading times that were always a part of it. I much prefer the DOS version. Yeah, so the music in the Wizardry Gold version, for sure, is an improvement. This and Bane of the Cosmic Forge, the sounds would vary depending on whatever sound card you had back in the old days. It was on MIDI files, and so the software always played those slightly different depending on your sound font or a bunch of other things. What you're hearing here is considered to be the standard ad-lib sound, I think. Wow, okay, let's see. What are we going to do here? Let's do this. I don't want to blow a lot of spells on these guys. At least not high-level spells. wow. That acid hit pretty good. I never finished this game myself, but I played it a lot. It really is massive. So yeah, it's pretty big. It's a little more open than Wizardry 6. A part of me feels like 6 is bigger, even though I know that's not true. 8, on the other hand, is definitely bigger. So I finished this game a number of times over the years, but it's been, I don't know, about 12 years since I played it last. And so there's a lot of things I don't remember. I never finished it in the 90s. I think the first time I actually completed it was probably like maybe around 2000. About the time Wizardry 8 came out, I wanted to finish this game so I could import my characters, or export my characters from 7 to 8, and I did. And then I think I beat it again back in 2012, something like that. Alright, let's do a little healing here. Eight is great. So I've only finished 8 twice, when it originally came out, and then again around 2012. I don't remember much about it. It's the least played game in the series for me. Not because I dislike it, just because, I don't know, it was the last one to come out, and I didn't revisit it as much as I revisited the others over the years. Scatler says, hi, how's it going? Linky Link says, I wish there was something like 8 nowadays. The voiceovers made it so immersive for me. So there's plenty of games like it. I don't know that... I'm trying to think. Maybe some of the later Might and Magics, perhaps. Boy, this is not going well. The whole party's either asleep or paralyzed. Somebody's gonna die. I didn't take this encounter very seriously. Scatler says, I'm actually playing Might and Magic right now. Which one are you playing? Oh, come on. I was going to use Shadow there to do a AoE spell. This is not going well. I wonder if we can... I hate to run. I never run from encounters, but we may have to. Let's see if it works. They're going to get all their attacks in. Seven. Finished 6 a few days ago. So I've played the first Might and Magic, and that's the only one I've played, actually, believe it or not. I own them all. I think I got them, oh god, I don't know, 10 years ago on sale. But I've not played them. I should. It's a series that's on my list. Alright, oh, really? We're going to go this far back? Okay. That's okay. It saved the party. So let's do some emergency resting here. Yeah, Might and Magic's on my list. It's on my to-do list, for sure. Oh, stop. Oh, he's paralyzed, that's why, okay. Alright, a little more resting. Some of them look too old for me. Like the world map and flying seem a bit confusing. So they're definitely old. Might and Magic, it's like going back and playing Ultima 1, ancient, you know, by today's standpoint. But so, then again, Wizardry 1, if you play the old PC or Apple version, is the same way, archaic looking. But there's still a lot of fun to be had. I love Wizardry very much. And one of the next games on my short list is Grimoire, Herald of the Winged Exemplar, which is a game designed as sort of a spiritual successor to this one, made by a guy who was actually hired by Surtec to work on a game that was potentially going to be Wizardry 8. 1 through 5 are very different from 6 through 8, Scatler says, and that is true, and that's because 1 through 5 were developed mostly by the same team. 1 through 4 was developed by the same two gentlemen. The fifth one added Mr. Bradley, who is the guy who took over the series and did 6 and 7. And then 8 was all together just Surtec's dev team. What was left of it at that point, really. So you can really see the hands change. What am I doing? That's Seto. Yeah, let's throw some blade. Actually, Magic's not hitting these guys too good, but I'm gonna try this. I was hoping Winged Exemplar would scratch my Wizardry itch, but it didn't. So, Clive is a strange man, and he made a strange game. It captures some of the Wizardry magic, but it's also goes way out in left field and does a bunch of he made a bunch of weird decisions that I certainly wouldn't have made. But it's a game I still want to complete, just because that would be quite an accomplishment to finish that game. Heck, it was an accomplishment for him to release it. That almost didn't happen. There's a great mythology that surrounds that game if you want to take the time to go down the rabbit hole. It introduces some nice quality of life things, but it feels emptier for me somehow. It's huge, right? Yeah, I believe it's bigger than this. I've only played about an hour or two of it just to see what it was all about. The good thing about it is, you know, there's resources on walkthroughs and whatnot, but it's not quite as popular as Wizardry. So you get that, you know, first time playthrough experience with it that it's hard to find these days with these older games. I'm actually a fan of the Japanese Wizardry games, which a lot of people are not. If you can ever get your hands on it, there was a PS2 title released in the US. Great game. Trying to think of the name of it here in the US. Wizardry Busen is the name in Japanese. It's Tales of the Forsaken Land. That's what it is. Scatler says, my one tip for Might and Magic 6 is to get bows as soon as possible. Yeah, I've got them all. I think it goes up to, what, 8 or 9, right? I can't recall. And I've even got, I think there's some side games too. What is it? Heroes of Might and Magic. I've got those as well. It bankrupted 3DO. We don't talk about 9. It bankrupted 3DO. So there is a 9. Sure. It's very unfinished. So that would be a game where if I sat down to play it, you know, knowing what you've just told me, I would do a lot of research and see, are there fan patches, you know, what's available. Because a lot of those old games, even Wizardry 8, for example, had a fan patch that's considered almost essential today. And I feel like those, something like Might and Magic 9 might have something similar. Surtek was in trouble too, but finished 8th. Yes, Surtek. Like I said, if you want to go down a cool rabbit hole, look up the Stones of Arkham. Wizardry 8 was it was a game being developed by Surtek that was potentially going to be Wizardry 8. And the guy from Grimoire was actually on the team. He was sent there to oversee it. Gave a bunch of dismal reports, and for years people thought he was making the whole thing up. He would talk about some of the things that were going on in that development on that development team, and people discounted him and said he was just a nut looking for attention. And then many years later, there was a storage shed auction that turned up a bunch of concept art for the game, and indeed his name appeared on the documentation, along with a lot of things that he claimed were being developed for the game. And he was, believe it or not, fully vindicated. If you have them on GOG, they're already patched. I do believe I bought them on GOG. I think a few of them I have on Steam. I can't remember. I'd have to look at my Steam library. But I also think I've got a bunch from GOG. I don't think all of them are on Steam. I could be wrong. This very popular patch for 6 to 8 called Greyface should be the first result. Google it. Yeah, so it's on my list, but it's not going to be... It won't be this year. That's for sure. Might make a good project for 2025, though. Fixes some bugs and resolution stuff. Yeah, there's always that kind of thing. I guess it was 5 or 6 years ago, I did a playthrough of the Ultima series, and that was a lot of fun. Might and Magic 6 is a long game, that's for sure. So again, I know very little about the series. I had never played Bard's Tale until, I guess, about 4 or 5 years ago. I played the trilogy when the remastered trilogy came out. And man, that was fantastic. That is old school Wizardry, like, inspired, you can tell. It's, Wizardry 4, to me it felt like a natural evolution of the first 4 Wizardry games. More so than 5 and 6. 5's just a good game, but it's an odd duck. Excuse me. With all the attention that Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord remake has received, and the success it's received, it gives me a lot of hope that we'll see at least 2 and 3 remastered in the same way. So I do know from speaking with the devs from Digital Eclipse that they do have permission for 2 and 3. Like they've got the rights to do it, but a lot of it was dependent on, is it worth their time? And I think the answer is yes. 4, on the other hand, is such an odd game. I just don't think modern audiences would really get it. People already complain on Reddit and other forums about how difficult Wizardry 1 is, even with all the modern changes to it. I can't imagine them trying to play something like 4. All right. Oops. So I'm going to spend just a few more minutes seeing if we can find the exit to this cavern. If not, we'll have to call it a night and resume tomorrow. I'm running out of time this evening. There we go. Uh-oh. Well, this whole cavern's been all about poison. All right, let's see what we can do here. Nyctalinth says, nice to meet you. My best be off. Thanks for the chat, both of you. Absolutely. Please feel free to stop by. I'll be here tomorrow night, same time. Always nice to talk to someone who's a fan of the series. Alright, you know, a level up is due at some point here soon. I'm just saying, okay, so yeah, this cavern's going to just keep going. So this is going to be where we stop tonight. It's already after 8 my time. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground tonight. Look at that. Alright, so tomorrow we'll pick up where we left off and we'll find the exit here. And I guess we'll go back to grave digging if we don't find what we're looking for in this this cavern network. But again, thanks for tuning in, all the regulars and the new people. It was nice to chat with everybody, and I'll be here tomorrow night around the same time, and I'll see everybody then. Have a good evening.